Have you ever walked into a garden and thought, this must have cost a fortune, only to discover it was all handmade? Well, today's your chance to create that feeling right on your own patio. Because in this video, we're revealing 15 small patio landscape ideas that appear like they came straight out of a designer catalog, but are so simple to DIY, you might already possess everything you require at home. And trust me, you won't believe idea 7. It's clever. It's magnificent. And once you observe it, you'll desire to attempt it immediately. Whether you possess a tiny patio, a comfortable balcony, or just a quiet corner by the back door, this video is loaded with budget-friendly ideas to revolutionize your space into something extraordinary without heavy tools or high costs. Hi there, and welcome to Ageless Gardeners, where we celebrate the joy of cultivating and establishing, no matter your stage or experience. This is your space to feel inspired, empowered, and gently guided every step of the way. If you're new here, we'd appreciate to have you participate in our expanding landscape family. So, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss out on simple ways to make your landscape shine. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and get started. Your dream patio is just a few gorgeous ideas away. Idea 1. Hanging basket wall garden. Let's begin with a small idea that makes a big impact. A hanging basket wall landscape. Imagine stepping onto your patio and observing a living wall bursting with petunias, trailing ivy, soft lavender, or even kitchen herbs, all cascading down in layers of shade and fragrance. And here's the optimal part. You don't require a hammer, nails, or even a drill. Just a simple wooden pallet, a trellis panel, or even a piece of fencing leaned against the wall can become your landscape's new vertical stage. Add a few hanging baskets or recycled containers. Even old colanders, tin buckets, or woven baskets will accomplish the trick. Secure them with hooks or sturdy twine. Fill them with earth and watch your wall come to life. This idea is especially wonderful for small spaces because it uses vertical space, not floor space. So, even if you only possess a narrow patio or tiny balcony, you can still cultivate plenty upward. And for mature gardeners, it's a gentle and accessible way to cultivate. You don't require to bend or kneel. You can water and tend to your specimens right at eye level. Calm, easy, and gorgeous. You can go with a soft shade palette for a serene appearance, or mix bold flowers and herbs for a cheerful cottage landscape vibe. It's affordable, it's simple, and it instantly introduces that magazine landscape appearance without the magazine price. So look around. Maybe you already possess a trellis, a few baskets, or a spare bit of wall waiting to bloom. Because sometimes all it takes is a little lift to cultivate something lovely. Idea 2. Ceramic pot fountain. Now, let's introduce a little peaceful movement to your patio with the soft, soothing sound of water right from a ceramic pot fountain. You've probably observed them in fancy landscape stores. Elegant bubbling fountains nestled among flowers or positioned in quiet corners. They appear expensive, don't they? But here's the secret. You can make your own with just a large ceramic pot, a smaller inner bowl or flower pot, and a small solar-powered fountain pump. No wiring, no plumbing, just the sun, water, and a gentle flow. Position your ceramic pot on a sturdy spot, maybe on a specimen stand, low table, or even directly on the patio floor. Fill it with water, set the pump inside, and watch it come to life as soon as the sunlight hits. The water dances, trickles, and glistens, introducing instant calm and quiet refinement to your space. You can position reverse stones at the bottom for a natural appearance, or float flower petals for something extra special. What makes this idea so magical isn't just the appearance, it's the sensation. A small fountain invites you to pause, to sit, to breathe. And for mature gardeners, it's a gentle DIY project that doesn't demand heavy lifting or complicated tools. Just a few easy steps, and suddenly your patio experiences like a spa retreat. So the next time you come across an old ceramic pot or spot one at a yard sale, consider beyond specimens. Consider water. Consider peace. Consider your own little fountain oasis made with affection and sunshine. Idea 3. Painted cinder block planters. Now, Idea 3. A project that's simple, sturdy, and surprisingly stylish. Painted cinder block planters. You've probably observed those plain gray concrete blocks at a hardware store, or maybe stacked in your own garage or shed. They don't appear like much at first glance, but grant them a coat of paint and a little imagination, and they become modern sculptural planters that make your patio pop. Commence with just a few blocks, 2, 3, or maybe 6. Paint them in soft pastels, earth tones, or bold shades, whatever suits your landscape's personality. You can stack them horizontally or vertically, stagger them for interest, or arrange them in a step-like pattern to establish layers of height. Some folks even leave a few holes exposed so the specimens cultivate right out of the block itself. Herbs, succulents, or small flowers peeking out from every corner. And because the blocks are heavy, they remain in position, ideal for patios where wind might knock over lighter pots. Plus, there's no requirement to purchase expensive containers. These cost just a few dollars and can be reused, repainted, or rearranged whenever you experience like granting your space a refresh. It's especially ideal for mature gardeners, no fancy tools, no fragile materials, and it can be accomplished slowly, one block at a time. You can even sit while you paint or cultivate. And in the conclusion, you'll possess something that appears custom, chic, and landscape magazine worthy, but built with your own 2 hands. So, if you've got a few extra cinder blocks lying around, don't toss them. Transform them. Because beauty doesn't have to be soft. It can be strong, grounded, and painted in your favorite shade. Idea 4. Mosaic tile tabletop. Now, let's turn our attention to the heart of any patio. A small landscape table where you sip your morning tea, examine the paper, or simply sit and admire your specimens. But what if that table could be more than just functional? What if it could be a piece of art? That's exactly what you receive with a mosaic tile tabletop. It appears like something you'd observe in a European cafe or boutique hotel. Colorful, refined, one of a kind. And the beauty is you can make one yourself. You don't require to purchase expensive materials. Old broken plates, leftover tiles, glass beads, even shells. They all function. Arrange the pieces like a puzzle on the tabletop. Introduce a little adhesive and fill the gaps with grout. Suddenly, your table is transformed. It can be bold and bright or soft and subtle. You decide what story you desire it to tell. And for mature gardeners, this is such a rewarding craft. It's easy to accomplish while seated, piece by piece, at your own pace. You don't require perfection, just patience and playfulness. You can mosaic a whole tabletop or just a section. And if you don't possess a table, attempt this on a tray, a stepping stone, or even a planter rim. Each piece you position is a memory. Each crack filled is a reminder that beauty often comes from putting the pieces back together your way. So, gather your odds and ends and permit your landscape table to become your canvas. Idea 5. Rolling herb cart. Here's an idea that brings both beauty and practicality to your patio. Idea number 5. A rolling herb cart you can move with the sun or will right to your kitchen door. Consider it like this, a little landscape on wheels. Fresh basil, thyme, mint, rosemary, all right at your fingertips, wherever you require them. And optimal of all, you don't require anything fancy. You can repurpose an old tea trolley, a utility cart, or even a small bar cart that's observed better days. Grant it a fresh coat of paint. Maybe line the shelves with waterproof trays or baskets, and suddenly it becomes a mobile herb landscape that experiences both refined and useful. Introduce a few small pots, a pair of scissors for snipping, maybe even a decorative label for each herb. And there you possess it, a mini greenhouse on wheels, ready to roll into sun or shade wherever your herbs are happiest. And for mature gardeners, this is such a thoughtful way to cultivate. No bending, no lifting heavy pots. You can water, harvest, and rearrange it all while standing or seated with ease. You can even cultivate a tea landscape with peppermint, chamomile, and lemon balm, ready to brew on the spot, or make a cooking cart with your favorite seasonings close at hand. It's one of those ideas that appears like a boutique landscape feature, but it's really just a clever little repurposed project that brings joy and flavor every single day. So, if you've got a small cart tucked away in the garage or discover one at a thrift store, don't pass it by. Bring it to life. Permit it to roll, and permit your herbs to travel with you wherever you go. Idea 6. Mirror wall. If your patio experience is small or boxed in, idea number 6 will open it right up, literally. A mirror wall generates the illusion of more space, introduces light, and makes your landscape experience twice as lush. Just hang an old mirror or decorative frame against a fence or wall. You don't require anything big. Even a framed mirror from a thrift shop will accomplish. Position it where it reflects specimens, flowers, or the sky, and suddenly your patio experience is larger, brighter, and more alive. It's a clever trick that grants high-end landscape vibes without the high-end cost. And for mature gardeners, there's no heavy lifting or complex tools, just a safe, secure spot and a little creativity. You can dress it up with vines around the edges or hang it behind a flower table to double the shade. It's quick, gorgeous, and makes your small space experience like it stretches forever. Sometimes all it takes is a reflection to revolutionize what you observe. Idea 7. Rain gutter planters. Now, Idea 7 might surprise you because who would have considered that old rain gutters could become one of the most stylish features in your patio landscape? Simply mount a few sections of gutter horizontally along a wall or fence. Fill them with earth and cultivate herbs, flowers, or small greens. They're ideal for shallow-rooted specimens like lettuce, strawberries, or even cascading petunias. It's a brilliant way to use vertical space, and it appears like something straight out of a modern cultivation magazine. Even superior, it's lightweight, low maintenance, and doesn't demand bending down. Ideal for mature gardeners who prefer cultivation at standing height. Paint the gutters in soft landscape shades or leave them rustic for a weathered charm. Arrange them in rows, staggered levels, or even at an angle for a dramatic effect. This idea turns a plain wall into a living, cultivating masterpiece. Simple materials, stunning results. Idea 8. Window frame planter display. Idea 8. There's something timeless about an old window frame. It reminds us of Sunday mornings, fresh atmosphere, and the joy of observing out into the landscape. Now imagine taking that frame and turning it into the landscape itself. With just a little creativity, a window frame planter display becomes a stunning vertical feature for your patio. Mount it on a fence or lean it gently against a wall. Then attach small pots, mason jars, or hanging baskets right inside the panes. Each little square becomes a home for a cheerful bloom or a fragrant herb like thyme, mint, pansies, or tiny succulents. It appears like landscape art, but it's functional, too. And the optimal part, there's no digging, no bending, and no requirement for a large space. This idea is ideal for mature gardeners who enjoy crafting gorgeous things with minimal strain. You can build it slowly, pot by pot, whenever the mood strikes. Paint the frame a soft pastel for a vintage appearance, or leave it weathered for that charming farmhouse experience. Either way, it becomes a statement piece, simple, refined, and full of life. So, next time you discover an old frame at a flea market or tucked away in the garage, don't throw it out. Hang it up, fill it with green, and permit your landscape to peek through the panes. Idea 9. Garden bench with built-in planters. Idea 9 is a wonderful way to introduce both beauty and comfort to your patio. A landscape bench with built-in planters. Picture a comfortable bench where you can sit and relax, surrounded by your favorite flowers or herbs cultivating right next to you. This clever design combines seating and cultivation in one lovely piece. If you possess an old bench that's observed better days, don't rush to toss it. Instead, establish planter boxes on either side of the seat, or use the space underneath to hold pots filled with colorful blooms or fragrant herbs. You can build simple wooden boxes or repurpose crates to attach to the bench ends. Then paint everything to match your presentation. Whether soft pastels for a vintage experience or bold shades for a cheerful appearance. For mature gardeners, This is a gentle project. You can labor on it sitting down. And the final bench grants you a comfortable spot to enjoy your landscape without having to stand or bend too much. Plus, having specimens so close makes tending and harvesting easier, especially if you cultivate kitchen herbs or medicinal specimens. It's a gorgeous blend of function and presentation that makes your patio experience like a peaceful retreat. So, next time you observe a bench requiring a little affection, consider about granting it a new purpose. A seat, a planter, and a centerpiece all in one. Idea 10. Fairy light canopy. Now, let's introduce a little magic to your patio with a fairy-like canopy. Soft twinkling lights overhead establish an enchanting atmosphere that experiences both comfortable and refined, like your own little landscape retreat under the stars. You don't require a pergola or fancy structure. Simply string fairy lights across your patio using hooks, poles, or even sturdy branches. Solar-powered lights are ideal. They're easy to install, no wires, and turn on automatically as dusk falls. The gentle glow introduces warmth and charm, making your outdoor space inviting for quiet evenings, friendly chats, or just some peaceful solitude. For mature gardeners, this is a simple, safe project that revolutionizes your patio without heavy lifting or complicated tools. And you can easily adjust or take down the lights whenever you like. Whether draped straight across or hung in a gentle zigzag, fairy lights turn any small space into something special, warm, welcoming, and full of sparkle. So why wait for special occasions? Make every evening magical with a canopy of fairy lights. Idea 11. Vintage crate plant stands. If you're seeking for a charming way to introduce height and storage to your patio landscape, vintage crate specimen stands are an ideal selection. Take old wooden crates, whether from fruit, wine, or even shipping, and stack them to establish rustic shelves. They're great for displaying potted specimens, cultivation tools, or even your favorite landscape decor. You can stack crates vertically for a tall specimen tower, or arrange them side by side for a low, wide stand. Painting them in soft whites, pastels, or natural wood tones introduces personality and blends beautifully with greenery. For mature gardeners, these stands are easy to build and rearrange. No heavy lifting demanded, and you can sit while you paint or cultivate. Plus, crates are usually inexpensive or free, making this a budget-friendly way to organize and beautify your space. So, next time you come across a wooden crate, consider beyond storage. Consider landscape art and functional refinement all in one. Idea 12. Log side table planter. Idea number 12. Log side table planter. Bring a bit of the forest into your patio with a log side table planter. Take a sturdy tree stump or a large log slice and use it as a natural table. Ideal for holding your tea, books, or landscape tools. But here's the twist. Hollow out a small section on top or the side to establish a planter space. Fill it with succulents, moss, or tiny flowers that flourish in comfortable spaces. The natural texture and shape of the wood introduce warmth and rustic charm, making your patio experience inviting and peaceful. For mature gardeners, it's a simple way to introduce both function and beauty. No complex assembly, just a bit of earth and your favorite specimens. And because each log is unique, your table will be truly one of a kind. So, next time you observe a fallen tree or a large branch, consider about bringing it home. A little nature right beside you. Idea 13. Ladder shelf garden. Idea number 13. Ladder shelf landscape. A simple wooden ladder can become a gorgeous and practical landscape display. Lean an old ladder against a fence or wall and use each step to hold pots of flowers, herbs, or succulents. This idea introduces vertical interest without taking up any precious patio floor space. It's ideal for small areas and easy to adjust whenever you desire a fresh appearance. For mature gardeners, it's gentle on the body. No digging, no heavy lifting, and you can tend your specimens comfortably at waist or chest height. Paint it in soft pastels for a cottage experience, or leave it natural for rustic charm. Whether it's a single ladder or stacked pairs, This vertical landscape introduces a touch of whimsy and shade, making your patio experience comfortable and alive. So look around. Maybe you already possess an old ladder ready to bloom. Idea 14. Old boot planters. Idea number 14. Old boot planters. Here's a charming idea that turns worn-out boots into landscape treasures. Old boots, especially those with character and personality. Make whimsical planters for flowers, succulents, or herbs. Simply fill them with earth and specimens, and position them on your patio, porch, or by your landscape path. They introduce a touch of rustic charm and a playful surprise for visitors. For mature gardeners, this project is easy. No heavy digging or bending. You can arrange and rearrange boots anytime, introducing seasonal flowers or fresh greenery. And don't worry about perfect matching. Mixed and weathered boots establish the most delightful displays. So next time you discover a pair of boots past their walking days, don't toss them out. Permit them to cultivate new life in your landscape. Idea 15. Tire rim bird bath or planter. Idea number 15. Tire rim bird bath or planter. Don't toss that old tire rim just yet. It can become a charming and sturdy addition to your patio landscape. Turn it upside down. Introduce a shallow bowl or plate inside, and you've got a rustic bird bath that invites feathered friends to visit. Or fill the center with earth and bright flowers for a unique planter that stands out. The heavy metal rim remains put, weatherproof, and tough against wind or curious pets. For mature gardeners, it's an easy way to introduce height and interest without much effort or expense. Paint it a cheerful shade or leave it with its natural rugged appearance. Either way, it introduces bold character to your landscape. So, next time you spot a discarded tire rim, consider twice. It could be the centerpiece your patio's been waiting for. And there you have it. 15 wonderful, easy-to-make patio garden ideas that look like they came from a high-end magazine, yet you can create them yourself right at home. Each project we shared today, from the hanging basket wall garden to the tire rim bird bath, is a little reminder that beauty doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. With a bit of imagination, some simple materials, and a touch of your own care, even a small patio can transform into a cozy, inviting garden space full of life and color. Gardening is more than just planting flowers or herbs. It's about nurturing your spirit, finding peace in the outdoors, and creating a space where you can relax, dream, and connect with nature at your own pace and comfort. Whether it's a whimsical boot planter that brings a smile, a mirror wall that opens up your space, or a rolling herb cart that brings fresh flavor right to your door, these ideas are all about making gardening joyful and accessible. If you feel inspired to try one or maybe all, please share with us in the comments which idea you're most excited about. We'd love to hear your stories and your own creative twists. And if this video brought a little light and inspiration to your day, please give it a thumbs up to let us know. It helps us reach more wonderful gardeners like you. For more easy, budget-friendly garden projects designed especially for seniors, don't forget to subscribe to Ageless Gardeners and tap the bell icon so you won't miss a single video. Feel free to share this video with friends or family who would enjoy creating a beautiful garden space, too. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Remember, no matter your age or experience, it's never too late to grow something beautiful and make your outdoor space truly your own. Until next time, happy gardening, and may your patio always be full of sunshine, flowers, and joy.